moment you are born, you experience the wonderful world of the arts. You see your first colors and hear your first sounds. As you start to age, you become accustomed with these sensory feelings and can associate certain colors to art and certain sounds with different styles of music. Think about it. For example, when you watch a movie, you are exposed to all the different images and scenes that are expressed in different colors to set the tone of the scene, and there is music in the background to aid in setting the emotions displayed. The arts are exposed in our daily lives, and for some students, being exposed to all of these art forms inspires them to participate in different art programs. According to research by Child Trends, 51% of 8th graders participated in at least one art program in 2012. Obviously, the arts appeal to students worldwide and leave some sort of impact on them to keep them being involved. However, some recent federal actions and school budget cuts are forcing students to quit their art programs in schools. What? You heard that right. Schools are progressively starting to cut art programs from their curriculums, throwing away the opportunity for children to be exposed to the arts because they aren't as important as the core subjects. If art programs become extinct, the upcoming generation will not be taught what music or art is. They would just be these blurred thoughts. Take the next 5 seconds and think how your life would be if you were never exposed to the arts. It'd be pretty dull, right? This is why we need to save the arts in school so that all students will be familiar with art and music in their early ages of life and use their creative minds to express themselves through different art programs. I have been strolling around Dover High School in Dover Plains, New York for the past couple of months, and I've been observing art programs within the building and how they impact the students' lives. Here are some of the reviews and student responses that I have received in my experience. The Dover High School concert band and jazz bands are very well known around the Dover community for providing excellent music for all of their concerts and competitions. Under the direction of Nicholas Soul, both bands play 4 concerts per school year, and every 2 years they compete in festivals in the Virginia Beach area. I had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Soul and ask him a few questions. Here are his responses. I wanted a job that I enjoyed doing every day. I could have made a lot more money in another field, but I didn't think I would enjoy it as much. I've always enjoyed music, and I had some very good teachers along the way who put the idea of being a music teacher in my head. I began with piano lessons in 2nd grade and saxophone lessons in school in 5th grade. I performed on both all through high school and continued through college. I don't play as much these days, but I do play in a few local bands. Certainly anyone can, as long as they have the access, the determination, and the patience to do it the right way. It may be easier for certain people with so-called talent, but I think it's possible for anyone. If you practice the correct way and do it often enough, it'll work. In the 11 years I've been in Dover, budget cuts have only threatened music twice. Both times, music advocacy supporters through the Dover Music Boosters were able to defend off these cuts. Cuts to the music program were proposed as a budgetary option due to financial constraints on the district caused by the 2% or CPI tax cap law in New York State. Music is one of the few subject areas that is not mandated at all levels by the New York State Education Department. The arts are important because no other subject in school can provide the same experiences that a music program can provide. You can read tons of articles and studies about how studying music can improve your grades in other subjects, improve math, language, communication, and multitasking skills, etc. These are all great benefits, but they aren't the reason to study the arts. You should study the arts because they are good, and they are worth studying. No math problem, history lesson, or science project can provide the same aesthetic experience as performing a substantial piece of music with a group of your peers.
Hi, I'm Dalton Demers. I'm a trombone player in the high school band and jazz band.
Hi Dalton. Why did you join band and jazz band?
I joined band because I did not want to join chorus because I'm a horrible singer. And I joined jazz band because my best friend was a member of it, and he needed someone to be there with him, so I joined like that.
Who are some of your musical influences?
Mr. Soul, for one, and J.J. Johnson for the jazz trombone.
How do you keep yourself involved with band and jazz band?
I keep myself involved by like practicing outside of school and showing up to the jazz rehearsals. Yeah.
How long have you been in band and jazz band?
I've been in band since 6th grade, and I've been in jazz band since the end of freshman year.
Do you see yourself involved in band or jazz band in the next 5 years?
Yeah, I definitely see myself involved as long as the college I choose to pick has a music program. I will definitely be involved in it.
What is your favorite parts of band and jazz band?
My favorite parts of band are probably the lessons. We have the most fun there. We like mess around and we get stuff done at the same time. And then jazz band, we're all like a family, and we make fun of each other. We joke around. It's fun.
And finally, why are the arts important to you?
The arts are important to me because they give me something to look forward to outside of your regular classes. They can brighten your day, or yeah.
The Dover Concert Choir has been under the direction of Justin Stockslager for the past 7 years. This choir also performs at the 4 in-school concerts along with the band and has recently begun joining the band's motives and participating in competitive festivals. Mr. Stockslager also is the director of the Dover Theater Company. I had the pleasure of interviewing Mr. Stockslager and a couple of chorus members to talk about their experiences in the choir. Here's what they had to say.
Leary, and I am a sophomore in chorus. I'm Victoria Mylock, and I'm a junior in chorus.
Hi, Victoria and Brooke. So, why did you join chorus?
I joined chorus because I like to sing, and I decided that I wanted to sing sometime during my daily life. So it's a fun class. Okay.
How do you keep yourself involved with chorus?
I come to class every day and I stay focused. It's easier to stay focused when you really like what you're doing.
How long have you been in chorus?
I joined during freshman year because I realized that I really wanted to be in chorus.
Do you see yourself involved in chorus in the next 5 years?
Well, I'll be graduating next year, so I hope I continue singing later on.
Hello, I'm Justin Stockslager, Mr. Stockslager, and I am the Chorus and Theater Director at Dover Middle High School.
How does being a music teacher impact you?
Being a music teacher impacts me in a positive way. Obviously, that's why I'm doing this, because it allows me to share all of my passion for music and theater with my students.
What made you want to become a music teacher?
Throughout my school, all the way down to elementary school, the people that inspired me the most were my teachers, specifically my music teachers, and fostered my music education in public school, which then gave me that, that willpower to want to do this for a living.
Who is your music inspiration?
My music inspiration are my colleagues right now and my teachers that I used to have that I just spoke about. And I look to them for support and help, and they're always there when I need them. And I'm also inspired by my students who help me to grow and teach me every day that you can learn something new every day and to keep moving forward.
How would you feel if art programs were cut at Dover?
I would be really sad. I think that art is an important process for students. I think it's an important process for people in general throughout your life. It's an opportunity for you to express yourself in a way that other subject matters and other careers don't allow you to do.
And finally, why are the arts important to you?
The arts are important to me because I think that they allow you to be who you are and to express yourself in a different way, and to be able to have that outlet other than other subjects is an important piece of who you can be as a person. And the cool thing that I like about music and theater and art is that they're very interdisciplinary, and you don't get many other subjects that can automatically be related to music, but music and theater and art can be related to pretty much anything else. So it really allows you to take all of the subjects that you've learned and learned about over time and piece things together to be successful, to have a sound mind, and to be strong mentally and physically.
Thank you. Across the hall, I visited Justin Stockslager again as he was directing students on stage with the newly named Dover Theater Company. The Dover Theater Company produces 3 shows a year. This year, the fall play was Steel Magnolias. Students performed a Broadway showcase in the winter, and the musical Into the Woods was produced in the spring. I had the pleasure of meeting one of the cast members from the fall production and got to ask a few questions.
Hi, I'm Victoria. I'm part of the Dover Theater Company.
Hi, Victoria. Why did you join the Dover Theater Company?
When I was in middle school, I was looking for a place where I could express myself happily, and the Dover Theater Company has always been a very family, welcoming environment that's a lot of fun.
What is the most challenging part of this company?
Probably you're working with a lot of different people who have a lot of different personalities, and I think it gives you a really important life skill because of that, because it is challenging. It's not always easy to work with so many different types of people, but at the end of the day, it's such a great time and it's worth it.
What makes up a theater company? Are there any specific roles? You can just think about it. I'll cut it out.
Okay. I think what really makes up a theater company is obviously you have like your leads who are really strong singers, actors, but you also have your ensemble, which is people who are just looking to have fun. And when you put them together, like there are things that you don't always think of, whether you're the lead or the ensemble, and everyone's so creative and you're in this atmosphere where your ideas just fly. So what makes up the theater company is really the open space, not the specific people in it, just the fact that everyone is able to be creative there.
How do you feel when being a part of a production? And for a final question, why are the arts important to you?
The arts are the best form of expression for a youth mind that needs to grow and be creative and needs to talk about the different parts of their brain that they don't get to talk about in math or science or core classes. And the arts really are where the youth expresses everything that's cut down in schools.
At Dover Schools, art is an academic requirement that every student needs to fulfill. The school is very grateful to have 2 amazing art teachers to inspire each student through the different styles of art. Artwork from students is hung around all over the school to show how creative all these students are. To go more in depth, here are a few words from an art teacher and inspired students.
My name is Michelle Mullally. I've been teaching art in Dover for 24 years. I've taught everything from kindergarten through 12th grade, but the last 15 years have been mainly grades 7 to 12.
Why do you teach art?
I love art and I love kids. When I was in high school, I had the opportunity to assist a permanent sub in the elementary school with the little ones. The substitute really didn't know what she was doing, so I ended up writing all the lessons, prepping all the materials, and it was my senior year in high school that I realized being an art teacher was the perfect career for me. I got to work with kids. They keep you young, they keep you fresh, but I get to do art, which I love to do.
How does being an art teacher impact you?
I think I'm always growing, I'm always changing, I'm always learning. I like the challenge of being an art teacher. I have to say it's the one classroom. I always say it's organized chaos. There's always activity going on and you never know what your day is going to bring or what's going to transpire in your classroom. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good, but it's always surprising. There's not a day I don't leave work being surprised with something in a good way or otherwise.
Can anyone become an artist?
I believe so, because art is so subjective. there's no one way to do art. And there's, like I say to the kids all the time, there's no good or bad. It's your own personal expression. What one person may like, someone else may not. But to be an artist, you have something you want to say, and it's how you use the materials to do it. So yeah, anyone can be an artist.
What is your favorite style of art?
Definitely American art and detailed pencil drawing, for sure.
And finally, why are the arts important to you?
Imagine a society without expression, without the arts. The arts reflect what is going on in society, and I mean, historians frequently look to artists, and whether it's music, visual arts in the past, I mean, it records the human nature, what's going on. And I think it's more important ever, especially for young people, in an era where there's immediate results with things with technology. I think the arts are a way for kids to express themselves. I think society without any art is it's kind of a very bland, boring society. And the arts reflect human nature and the human experience.
Hi, my name is Jessica Anderson,
And I'm Jessie Tiller.
and we're both here to talk about art.
Hi, Jessica and Jesse. Why do you like art?
I love art because it's a way to express myself. I love drawing, I love painting, I love sketching. It's really good to get your thoughts out on paper so you can explain them better.
I like it because I feel like if I can't put my emotions into words, then it's easier to put them into pictures, and it's just faster and like more of a way out to just sketch something quick and like be able to just get it off of your chest than to like have to like go on the rest of the day and just like carry that weight with you. It's just better.
Do you see yourself involved with art in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I do proceed to continue with art. I am going to be going to college for business, but I hope to open a business that I can create either paintings or visuals, like murals and photographs for people of all kinds.
Yeah, I don't plan to major in art, but I do plan to keep it as a hobby throughout my life.
What is your favorite part about art?
My favorite part about art is how, like I said before, you can literally take any kind of art and it just has such a deeper meaning to it. Like a scribble on a piece of paper can have such a deeper meaning than just a scribble on a piece of paper. Like, it's amazing how much emotion and thought you can put into just one picture.
I like how you can make anything and everything art. You can just pick up a material and just put it together and just create something. And it doesn't have to be, it can be food, it can be paint, a pencil, paper, anything.
Why is art and other art programs important to you?
I think that everyone should be at least able to take one art class in their history. I know our high school makes it a requirement that you take one art class, but we do offer drawing and painting and 3D art, which I think everyone should at least dabble in. It's better to be more experienced than less.
I think art is important because there are some kids who can't put their emotions out there into words. They don't know how to put their emotions into words to explain how they feel. More kids just know how to like draw what they feel or just express it in that sort of way. So I think that it's helpful for the kids who don't really know how to express their emotions verbally.
It could easily be stated that the arts have a big impact on students at Dover High School. Like how most of the students and teachers said, if the arts were to diminish inside schools, they would feel lost because they wouldn't know how to really express themselves in any other way. The next time you hear of some budget cuts that threaten art programs in your school, take the initiative and talk to some school officials. all it takes is one concerned individual to gain attention from the rest of the community. Do your part and save the arts for the students at Dover High School and for schools all across the United States of America.
Save the arts.
Save the arts!
Save the arts!
Whatever.
Save the arts! Save the arts! Save the arts, they're important. Save the arts! Save the arts! Save the arts!